Stepping into the octagon is no small feat, but ascending the ranks of the UFC to compete for championship gold is an entirely different beast. In between the rising stars and the established champions, you'll find a select group of fighters known as the gatekeepers, the toughest test for any ambitious contender. These warriors are the UFC's quality control, determining who has the mettle to step up to the plate.
MMA Fighter Spot, man, that channel is fucking great.
Donald "Cowboy" Cerrone is as much a cornerstone of the MMA as the octagon itself, a testament to his enduring impact and vitality in the sport. Celebrated for his captivating fighting style, raw tenacity, and unwavering resilience, Cerrone has entrenched himself in the annals of UFC for over a decade. His career spans across both the lightweight and welterweight divisions, where he's consistently squared off against a legion of top contenders. Although his personal journey to the championship gold remains a path untraveled, Cerrone's role in shaping the contours of these divisions is unquestionably significant, although most of you know him for his stand-up. He wasn't someone to be messed with on the ground either. Cowboy has tested and validated emerging talents like Darren Till, Rafael Dos Anjos, and Justin Gaethje. A victory over Cowboy was no mere win. It was an endorsement of one's readiness for a title shot, underscoring his unrivaled stature as an iconic gatekeeper. He still holds UFC records, such as the most UFC knockdowns, and is tied for the second most wins and finishes in UFC history. No small task in the world's premier fighting organization. Although his career would have ended in a nicer tone, he'll always be remembered as a true UFC veteran.
Sold out crowd, Las Vegas, talking to you, got my boys, one hell of a career, man. Hopefully one day I'm in the Hall of Fame.
There's a school of thought that defines a gatekeeper as a fighter who has never secured championship gold. However, we hold a different perspective. This does not in any way diminish our respect for these fighters, rather it amplifies it, acknowledging their crucial role in determining the journey of a title aspirant. One such man was Michael Bisping. The Count once ruled the middleweight division, but his journey to the belt was a testament to his gatekeeper role. Bisping's striking finesse and indomitable spirit made him a hard hurdle to clear for aspiring champions. He squared off against some of the biggest names in the division. Think Anderson Silva, Dan Henderson, and Luke Rockhold. His late career surge to claim the title was all the more remarkable given that at the time he was blind in one eye, courtesy of TRT Vitter. At the sunset of his career, he lost his title to the arguable GOAT of the MMA world, GSP, but he will always be remembered as one of the toughest gatekeepers the UFC has ever seen.
Quitting and trying to not become the champion did not even occur to me for a split second. Giving up never even occurred to me for a heartbeat.
However, the term gatekeeper, often used to define his role, is one Magny took exception to, particularly in the lead up to UFC Vegas 64 against Daniel Rodriguez. As much as I took it personally with that gatekeeper comment, it is literally more so motivating. He shared, indicating that the label was not a dismissal but a challenge. He continued, like, alright, cool, are you a gatekeeper? If not, go out there and prove otherwise. And that's kind of like where I'm heading now. Equipped with an impressive reach, untiring cardio, and a wide range of skill sets, Magny has been an enduring presence in the welterweight division's top 10. He has steadily stood as a benchmark for those with aspiration to reign supreme in the division. His formidable list of adversaries includes esteemed fighters like Kelvin Gastelum and Jeff Neal, against whom he not only measured his own prowess, but also substantially shaped the division's championship narrative. More recently, the UFC veteran put Shavkat Rakhmonov and Gilbert Burns to the test, and those two are clearly championship material. Magny's unswerving consistency and gritty resolve make him a quintessential barometer of a fighter's potential, frequently propelling fighters to their absolute limits and assisting in distinguishing the truly great from the merely good. He may not embrace the term gatekeeper, but his influence in the sport and the impact he has had on other fighters' trajectories is undeniable.
At 170, what's next?
Let's line him up, number 11 through number 1. Let's line him up. I'll knock him down by December.
Derek Brunson, the kind of guy you could easily overlook in a crowd but would definitely notice when he's storming towards you in the octagon, fist cocked like heat-seeking missiles, ready to rearrange your face in your dreams of UFC stardom. He's the kind of man who introduces prospects to the harsh realities of the UFC middleweight division. Yeah, he's a gatekeeper, but let's be clear, Brunson doesn't just keep the gate, he protects it with a dangerous blend of wrestling, power punching, and the kind of experience that makes younger fighters rethink their career choices. He stood across the cage from some of the best fighters in the world, including Anderson Silva, Israel Adesanya, and Robert Whittaker. And let's not forget his fight with Romero. While he hasn't always come out on top, he's the kind of guy who's sure to give your young aspiring title contenders a decent challenge. In the UFC, there are warriors, there are legends, and then there's Alistair Overeem, a hulking fusion of flesh, steel, and sheer Dutch audacity, known as the Demolition Man, a moniker that often feels like a gross understatement. Overeem was more like a natural disaster clad in 4-ounce gloves. However, the past few years have seen him transformed into what we might call a gatekeeper. Alistair Overeem, the name itself, carries the weight of a decade-long combat sports career filled with flying knees, lethal liver kicks, and a sizable amount of ground and pound. And you already know about his K1, Strikeforce, and Dream titles, making him about as well decorated as a Christmas tree on steroids. Yet, the one shiny ornament that always seems to be just out of reach is the UFC heavyweight title. Let's not misread Overeem's role as a gatekeeper as the twilight of an extraordinary career. Rather, it's his transformation into an indispensable checkpoint in the heavyweight division. For about a half-decade now, Overeem has served as a gatekeeper of the heavyweight division. One of the many aspiring gladiators to have faced this rigorous trial is the likely future heavyweight champion, Sergey Pavlovich. Oh, and let's not forget the thrilling encounters Overeem has had with Colossus contenders like Francis Ngannou and Jairzinho Rozenstruik. Thankfully, for many up-and-coming fighters, Overeem retired in 2021.
In fact, I'm turning 41. Beautiful age. It's a beautiful career. I enjoy it still very much, but you know, you feel you're getting a little older, right?
Will now take his place as the gatekeeper of the heavyweight division? What do you think? Let us know in the comments down below. These gatekeepers of the UFC are more than just checkpoints on a fighter's path to a championship gold. They're the yardsticks of prowess, the barometers of grit, and the benchmarks of endurance. Fighters can come and go, but only those who can surpass these titans can truly earn their stripes in the UFC. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. It goes a long way since we're gunning for the 100 subscriber mark. You're one of the first. Thanks for watching.